Good morning, good morning, good morning. There's our flag, guys. Oh, it's hard now, but it won't be hard forever. And that's the important thing people need to remember. Today is June 22nd, 2024. It is a beautiful Friday, or Saturday, sorry. It is a Saturday morning. I am off to, we're doing a little Father's Day get-together. We decided to do it this week and celebrate some graduations and other things as well. So we're going to do that, which will be a ton of fun. Emily and the kids are up in Salmon at there's been a death in the family, and it's been there's so much going on in life, and it's when it rains it pours. So that's where they're at right now. I hope they're all doing well. I've prayed for them a lot. Dear Jesus, lift up the Olsons, protect them and hold them. In your name, amen. I sent out my first ConvertKit email last night. That was a lot of fun. So I got that email sent out. I'm really liking ConvertKit. It is super simple. So, because I've been working on switching from ConvertKit down to, or Go High Level down to ConvertKit, because ConvertKit's like $15 a month for their starter pack. Go High Level's $100 a month, and it's like, well, let's simplify. And by taking a step down, which is what I've been with Go High Level, I've been trying to find someone. I've invited multiple Go High Level agencies to work with me on this and give them all my assets, but it's never turned into anything. It's probably my fault if we're being transparent, just because I didn't follow up enough, push enough, figure it out. Anyway, so I've been looking for a Go High Level agency to partner with, so on my blog I can replace the Go High Level logo with their logo. But I haven't found that yet. So now I am testing out ConvertKit. And what I've realized is, if you're just an individual salesperson who just wants to get started, don't start with Go High Level. Start with ConvertKit. It does the main basic things, at least in my opinion, it does the main basic things that you want from if you're building a creator company, a company to monetize your knowledge, what you know, what you've done, stuff like that. And that I think is really cool. So I would encourage anyone who's just getting started, and ConvertKit has a free plan, which Go High Level does not. I would say do ConvertKit to get started. And then as you grow, figure out what you need and what you want, you can always transition over to Go High Level. Go High Level is an amazingly awesome tool. It is very robust. That surprised me. Anyways, ConvertKit is a great place to get started. It's I would highly recommend it if you're thinking about modeling what I'm trying to do and building an email list to monetize your personal brand over the long term. Because the other thing you can do with tags is you can tag people as, hey, this is a family member, this is who this is what group of people these people are in my life. And you can use it as a little basic CRM to manage life and generate some cash flow and share whatever is important to you. So ConvertKit is super cool, and it's a company built by Nathan Barry, who is a family friend from childhood. So I don't know him real well, but I've met him before, and he's awesome. What he's doing is super cool. So I would highly encourage you to support it. And if you're a larger business who's more experienced, I think ConvertKit is great for email marketing, but you'll still need a tool like Go High Level for a full CRM. because that full CRM, that is really the big piece of tracking and managing the systems of a business. Because, so if you think about it, a business is nothing more than the systems that people operate throughout time. So if you don't document or track any of those systems, what happens is you're going to always be recreating the wheel. And if someone leaves, you won't have any idea what's going on, how it's happening, why it's happening, all of that. So you want to get really good. If you want to build a true business, you really need to tie down systems. And how do you scale beyond just yourself? I mean, you've got to nail down a ton of stuff if you want to be a business owner. And that's one thing I think society does not realize enough, is business ownership is not easy. It's not simple. It's simple, not easy. It's doing the basics day after day after day after day for 10 years. And that's, I believe, looking back at my entrepreneurial journey, looking back at everything I've been through, I believe my biggest mistake has been thinking it was fast, thinking it could be easy in any sort of way, thinking that other people would care before you have the results of what you're trying to do. Like, there's so many variables in starting a business, and none of them are easy. None of them. So don't go in, if you want to start a business, do not go into it thinking it's going to be easy. It's simple, right? You go get an EIN, you find someone who has an issue you can solve, get them to pay you to solve it. Very simple. Not easy. And so that's one of the things I've just been working through, which is fun. So with all that said, if you're deciding to become a business owner and you've never done it before, like ever, I don't want you not to do it. I want you to give yourself a 5-year runway to get it started. Do not think it's going to happen quick. Do not think you're going to just fall into something great. You might, but that is the exception, not the rule. And people sell the idea of business ownership like that's the rule. Amazon, I think, is a great example. I believe Amazon existed similar to how it is today in Jeff Bezos's mind before he got his first investor. I believe he was probably throwing ideas out at the wall, trying to get people to see what he was talking about, trying to get people to see what he saw coming in the future. And I would imagine it was extremely difficult in the earlier years to get people even on board. And that's what you have to be willing to go through if you want to start a business. Like any business. It could be a very simple business. Don't expect it to go fast. I am begging you. I wish I didn't. Like, hindsight's always 20/20, and I actually don't wish I didn't, because I collapsed so much time because of how many mistakes I've made and how I've made them. And what I'm learning from what I do. So I'm glad I took the risks I took. And frankly, I'm glad they didn't pay off and haven't been paying off for 7 years. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. And there's nothing else I'll ever be. And that's the whole point behind my blog, my content, everything I'm trying to do on a day-to-day basis. I'm doing it because I'm me. I have to make decisions for me, regardless of anything that comes at me. And people think I don't know. I don't know what people think I should be scared of. I am thrilled I'm not. I believe I live in the greatest country in the world, America. I believe the freedom of speech is the most important freedom we have in society. And I believe the most important part of the freedom of speech is actually using it. That's why I do content the way I do it. This is my expression of free speech. Whether anyone listens or not is irrelevant. Freedom of speech is the ability to say what you think, I believe. And so I am documenting what I think as I think it. And that's what I believe the true value of time is. When I'm doing my journal entries, I'm alone. A lot of the time I'm driving. I'm looking at all these different things going on in life. And I'm just sharing what's on my mind. That's literally all my blog is. That's all the podcast is. That's all this company is. It's just me documenting my thought process through time. And it's hard to understand. I get that. But I believe you can never go back in time. So right now it's 9:49 a.m. on June 22nd, 2024. I am recording this podcast right now. Are you recording a podcast? Were you recording a podcast at that moment? Were you creating content or were you consuming content at that moment? Because really, and that's I think one of the things that's happened with technology, you really are creating or consuming, right? When I am quiet, when I am listening, I am consuming content. I am consuming all content around me. Now, when I'm talking on my own, I'm also consuming the content as it goes by me. When I'm out with a group of people and talking, I'm still consuming that content, right? But am I capturing what I'm consuming at the same time? And that, I believe, is the value in these glasses. And the value in my whole process is as I'm consuming content in the real world, I'm creating content in the virtual world. I'm creating this blog. I'm creating this story, this documentary on my life. And so I'm consuming and creating at the same time. And the goal is how fast can you consume, create something from what you've consumed, and then share what you've created from consuming that moment of time, right? I look at myself like a journalist, and I am journaling. I am the journalist of Justin Stevens' life. I am the only person in the world who can get this camera shot at this moment in time, because I'm the only one who can put these glasses on and shoot it from my perspective, shoot it with my thoughts coming out of my head. I can share the glasses with anyone, and I have multiple times. So I can share the glasses with anyone, but that's not my camera shot, that's their camera shot. That's their first person view. To me, that's the true value of time. You are an individual, and you always will be. We'll always also be connected with each other. It's impossible not to be connected with each other. But we will always be our own individual self. And so you must learn to live with it. And if you have to live with it, then I believe you should have a strategy for where you're trying to go with it. What impact are you trying to make? Are you trying to put the first person in your family through college? That's amazing. Are you trying to start a business? That's amazing. Are you trying to become a hermit and go live in the mountains forever? Whatever you're trying to do, awesome. Do it. Put a plan in place and work towards it. You are an individual. It is totally up to you how you live your life. That said, there will always be people in your life that you must work with to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, right? And they'll have rules and opinions about what should be done and shouldn't be done and how and everything else. And to be transparent, that's Emily and I's problem right now, is the way I look at life does not align with the rules she would like me to live by. And so even though I try very hard not to put my kids or my wife in my content. It does happen occasionally because I am extremely proud of them. They're my most prized possession. And that's the problem I'm going through right now. And that's okay. It is okay to have struggles. It is okay to not be on the same page. The only way to get on the same page is to talk. And if we're not on the same page with the end goals of life, that's okay too. But I believe we're all in this together. And looking back in history, fast forward 20 years, looking back over 20 years, I believe this president's election will be the most important election in my history. I don't know whether that will be true in the future. No one does. But at this moment in time, we need to work together. Whoa. We need to work together. And we need to work together to take care of each other. And so that's why I do everything I do. I do this because this is what I wish our leaders would do. So yeah, I believe a lot, and I think about what I believe. I think about why I believe it all the time, and I'm always looking to readjust my beliefs. But the one thing I believe the most is that time can never be relived. So your decision on what you do with that time in relationship to the life you want to live through time is the most important decision you make every day. Because if you change where you want to go through time, then guess what? You need to change what you do with your time. You need to change how you do it. You need to change what you accomplish. And I mean, it's funny, people keep saying, Emily keeps saying, I hate starting over. I hate how we keep failing and struggling and all of this. I wish she could see that my business has not started over. I've actually been very consistent with exactly what I believe. Because my business is me. I am my most valuable asset, period. And I always will be. So that is, no matter what happens, no matter where I am, no matter what company, no matter what industry, no matter if it's politics or family or anything, I am me. And that is, you are a business. Whether you want to admit it or not, each and every one of us is a business that has to produce things like income to feed ourselves. I don't know. Seems important. Income to put a roof over our heads. Seems important. And so, even though I've been consistent for 2 years with what I believe, and doing everything I do because of what I believe, I make my decisions based on my belief system. If anybody would ever like to do a Zoom, do a podcast, and talk about their belief system against my belief system, argue with me, I'm thrilled to do that. You come program me. That is literally every TV show, every social media app, every post anyone puts out there is done because they are trying to program you to do something. I promise you, it is easy not to make content. So, if you make content, you're doing it because you want some sort of result. What result? Is it likes? Is it views? Is it you want a self-esteem boost? What result would you like from the content? Because that's your payoff. That's what you're going for. So any screen that is ever on is there to program you. It's there to show you a program and get you to continue to use that program. That's why SaaS businesses are so valuable. because you can do something once and it just works. So I've been setting up ConvertKit. I'll become a monthly subscriber. I'll be paying for the email blasts and everything else we do, right? I set that up once, and now I can leverage it and make changes through time without recreating the wheel. Same with my blog. I set it up once, and now I've been editing it and changing it as my life changes, all of that. That's how you build leverage, is you take steps today and invest that time into something that will give you more ROI tomorrow. When you work at a job, year 1, you're just getting started. Year 5, you've invested 4 years already into this company. And so because you've invested that time into the company, you're able to move faster. You're able to get more ROI out of that company, which is a beautiful thing. To me, that's what life is about. Life's about empowering each other and leveraging each other to accomplish our own dreams. No one can accomplish anything by themselves. So I believe you can collapse time, and you collapse time by looking at your future. At some point in your future, what do you want? Right? At Kitech, where the goal is 1,000 robots installed. It didn't have to be installed by us, just we wanted to be a part of 1,000 robots. So how do you take steps today to get to that 10-year goal? And how do you think outside the box in terms of leveraging the 10 years between now and that goal? It's one of the reasons what we did with the marketing strategy was so important. Because if they're marketing their company every step of the way, if they're creating that content and putting that content out, then holy crap, they're killing it. And they're collecting the time of other people to see what it is they do, how they do it, why they do it, who's part of the team doing it, and they're building a relationship online with future customers because of the work they're doing today, without ever talking to those customers, without ever answering questions. They're just documenting their today and showing it to potential clients of tomorrow. And I believe that's how you collapse time, is you say, hey, where are we trying to go? How do we take everything we do today and use it to get there as quickly as possible? And then how do you leverage other robotics companies, other partners to accomplish the goal as quick as you can? And this is one reason I think you should never tie a goal to a dollar sign. When your goals are tied to dollar signs, it's hard, I believe it's harder to collapse time, because dollars are not as tangible as 1,000 robots, right? So you got to look at what is that goal? What are we trying to get to? How are we trying to get there? And that's going to be a big piece of life and how everything works out, because you're taking steps every day to get to the future you want to create. But if you don't take the steps, you'll never get to that future. And that's in life. What you have to do is you have to be looking at, where do I want to go, and what steps can I take today to get there? And those questions can only be answered by you. Those questions are yours to decide. No one else can decide how you will invest your time for the rest of your life. And that's how I look at it. So I believe I give Emily control of my today. What we do today, I'm down. You want to plan something? Great. You want to plan a day in the future? Great. And when that day comes, I will live that day in that way. But my tomorrow, I own. I own every tomorrow I will ever have. So you are competing with today versus how many tomorrows will I have? Well, if I died tomorrow, I'd have one. If I died in a year, I'd have 365. If I died in 10 years, what, 3,650? Who knows, right? It's just math. But the younger you are, the more tomorrows you have. The more tomorrows you have, the more control of your life you have, in my opinion. But you have to control it. Life is a first-person game. That's why I wear these glasses. Everything I do is to show people that it is your choice. Look at all these cars out there driving. Every car driving with me right now. Are they creating content while they drive? They could be. They could not be. Who knows? The answer is irrelevant because it's their choice. Did they want to? Probably not. Do most people? Nope. And that's okay. It's the choice I make. Because it's the choice that it's what I believe we need. We need someone to step up and say, hey, we need a leader. I'm obviously not a great leader. I have failed for 7 years now. And not only in my professional life, also in my personal life. But today does not define me. The end of my life is not today. It's not yet. We won't know till tomorrow, right? That's how time works. And so it's just because you haven't made it today doesn't mean you can't make it, doesn't mean you won't make it. Anyone who wants you to believe you should just quit when things are hard does not have your best interests in mind. I promise you. Because you should never quit being you. That's my opinion. That's how I try to live my life. And I get a lot of pushback from it. Because I'm loud and I'm out there and I'm weird, and you know what? Great. If me being me can empower one person, if me being me can empower Scarlett, Tristan, and Nora to be themselves their whole lives, my life will be a wild success. And that's what people don't get. Whoa. I already am a success. I've already accomplished my dreams. I am living my dreams today because I am chasing my dreams today. There is nothing I need that I don't have. Everything you need for success is within you. There isn't an investor in the world who can give you anything more valuable than what you already own, which is your time. It's how you use that tool that matters. I think freedom of time is one of the things missing from the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, however you want to look at it. Because we are free. Doesn't mean we don't have to work. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying we are all free to invest and use our time however we see fit. And that's incredibly powerful. And that tool, they can take it. I could be put in jail for what I believe. I have been fired for what I believe. That is life. I could be killed for what I believe. And what a lot of people don't realize is that would be a great honor, to die fighting for freedom of speech. And I will gladly do that if that's what it comes to. And I've accepted that. And that's why I love that flag. That is why I love the American flag. That is why everything I do is centered around making America a better place for my kids. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not in a year. Not in 5 years. Not in 10 years. But with my entire life. That is what I am doing. And I'll never stop. Because America is great. Because people in America are great. And they do care. And we do want to take care of each other. I am so proud to fight for my nation. I believe we are in a war for information right now. What is true in the world? Not what does the media want you to think, not what is an algorithm willing to serve you up, but what is true. That's why I create content the way I do, because I want you to see what is true in my world. It's not pretty. It's not perfect. I'm not doing great, but guess what? It's what's true in my world today. I'm only 37 years old. I am a baby. Life has a lot left to offer, and I'm never going to stop fighting for it. I'm never going to stop fighting for my kids and the future I believe they deserve. That's why I love that flag, because it gives me the ability to fight. It gives me the ability to create content like this. God bless America. I appreciate you guys all following along my journey. If you'd like to support it, I would love a like or subscribe or share it with someone who might enjoy walking through time with me. And you. Have a great day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm out driving Uber. It's about 2 a.m. It's been fun. I've had a good time. I've had some really fun rides. I am way the heck out in middle of nowhere, kind of Sand Hollow area. So it has taken me away. It's fun meeting people out and just talking to them and getting to know other people's world. I hope you do something to open your eyes and enter other people's perspectives. People that you have no idea who they are, what they do, how they do it, why they do it. People you would never spend any time with. Not because you would choose not to, just because the opportunity has never presented itself before. That's one of the things I really like about Uber is I'm getting tons of perspectives. And I look at, so like with content, everything is programming, right? So I look at when someone gets in my car as an opportunity for them to program me and help me hear their ideas, help me hear what they're trying to accomplish. And who knows, maybe I can help in some way, maybe I can give them ideas or something like that. Who knows? Nobody. But it's been fun. I've talked to quite a few people about my cash cab idea, and people really like it. It's I need to figure out kind of how to get it started. Today I went over to my friend Josh and his wife Marley's house, his wife's house. Hung out for a while. They're gonna come hang out tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a recording of the National Tax Strategy Education Program, which I'm pretty excited about. So that is what's going on tomorrow. It'll be fun. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on here and say hi. Hi. Bye. Have a great night, everybody. I appreciate those of you who follow along and engage with my content and support me. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you very much. With that said, have a good night. Talk to you soon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm out driving Uber. It's about 2 a.m. It's been fun. I've had a good time. I've had some really fun rides. I am way the heck out in middle of nowhere, kind of Sand Hollow area. So it has taken me away. It's fun meeting people out and just talking to them and getting to know other people's world. I hope you do something to open your eyes and enter other people's perspectives. People that you have no idea who they are, what they do, how they do it, why they do it. People you would never spend any time with. Not because you would choose not to, just because the opportunity has never presented itself before. That's one of the things I really like about Uber is I'm getting tons of perspectives. And I look at, so like with content, everything is programming, right? So I look at when someone gets in my car as an opportunity for them to program me and help me hear their ideas, help me hear what they're trying to accomplish. And who knows, maybe I can help in some way, maybe I can give them ideas or something like that. Who knows? Nobody. But it's been fun. I've talked to quite a few people about my cash cab idea, and people really like it. It's I need to figure out kind of how to get it started. Today I went over to my friend Josh and his wife Marley's house, his wife's house. Hung out for a while. They're gonna come hang out tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a recording of the National Tax Strategy Education Program, which I'm pretty excited about. So that is what's going on tomorrow. It'll be fun. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on here and say hi. Hi. Bye. Have a great night, everybody. I appreciate those of you who follow along and engage with my content and support me. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you very much. With that said, have a good night. Talk to you soon.